0, 1. Let's get started.
Hello everyone. So this video is going to be exactly what you need and know to trade the S&P 500 for tomorrow's session to make you some money, okay? So without further ado, what we're going to talk about is for November the 10th. So let's go ahead and get started. So when taking a look at this overall move, you can already see it's pretty much highlighted by the range, okay? Now the range is already in the formation of happening, so we would assume the first variation is going to be this red case scenario, okay? Now it can happen in a few different variations, but ultimately the idea is for us to retest this prior low and or also extend the full distance that is above this range midpoint, okay, would be the distance that we're trying to swing down to the downside, okay, which would look something similar to this. So our overall target in this scenario would be right now, somewhere right around that 658 level, okay, or 659, I guess. Now that's the first and primary scenario that I'm looking for tomorrow. The second one is obviously going to be a bullish breakout, okay? Now, we will have to kind of wait to see how that kind of forms, but one would assume that if we do get like some sort of really big bounce off of this level here, it should jettison us to somewhere right around like the 675 area, and then we can look to buy pullbacks as we go to retest up and maybe go back into the previous range, which is at 678, okay? So just be aware that that's kind of the secondary idea. So if we gap up really high, then we can now look to more than likely buy the dip, okay? Now again, I know that sounded very subjective, so if you want to see me trade this exact same scenario and set up live tomorrow and every Monday through Friday, then come to the YouTube channel at 9:30 where there will be a live stream where you can see me trade live. So with that being said, the last scenario that you all need to be aware of, ladies and gentlemen, as I get my face back down, is going to be the fact we could form a range, okay? Now, if we do form a range, it's very important to note that that range is going to be kind of the governing factor of the next move. So in this scenario, we would have to find the range very similar to how we found this range by finding deviations both above and below, something like so. And then we can use that now to govern price action as it kind of develops and moves further, okay? Now, the general concept is that for a range that's basically stacked, you want to know that the second range or the most recent range has the most importance, okay? So when looking at this big move up, it's basically its new range. We're looking to buy it because it's bullish. So we're looking to get in off some sort of entry pattern as we look to now rotate back up, okay? We're looking to go through the range as a major target, as well as looking for the swing that we talked about earlier on as far as the distance above is below, okay? So in this particular situation, we could look to go as high as that level there, okay? So these are the three primary paths for tomorrow. Now, obviously, things can get kind of crazy in the live session or just overnight. So if you want to see me actually trade this scenario and this game plan live tomorrow so you can kind of understand the concept a bit more, then simply join me tomorrow at 9:30, okay? Now, if you've been with me for a while, I have a course that teaches this whole thing, which is down below, as well as a different tier system so you can join me during the live stream where we can talk and you can get the real one-on-one experience, okay? So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'm sure I'll see you all on the next candle.
I know it's hard to trust so-called gurus. That's why I live stream my trades every single day, Monday through Friday, starting at 9:30 a.m. The live stream isn't for you to copy my trades, it's to show proof and credibility that my strategy works. The stream is delayed and muted to protect my edge. But if you want to see everything unmuted and in real time, check out the Discord and Patreon links below. You'll get exclusive perks and the opportunity to learn the system for yourself, so you don't miss great opportunities just like this one.
All right, everyone. So you're going to be seeing a trade that I just recently took live during the stream, and ultimately you can be a part of this too, so make sure you look down below. But when taking a look at the trade that we just recently took here, it was the objective coming in was the fact that we had a really big move push to the upside, okay? Now this big move to the upside was basically counterplayed by a pullback, and subsequently our entry was to look to get in right above a couple pivots to retest the prior high, okay? So what you're seeing right now is the replay of my actual entry, which was right here at this 68.1925 area. And again, ultimately, like I was saying before, our main objective from this standpoint is to look to try to retest this prior high back at 68, let's just say 38. So what we are looking at right now is my volatility based stop loss in perfect action, okay? Every trade and every day has a different stop loss based on the volatility of the day specific. So when taking a look at this trade specifically, you can see that we came relatively close to getting stopped out, okay? However, we did not get stopped out, and we ultimately reversed just like we were expecting. Now, obviously a bit deeper of a correction, but everything was within the wheelhouse of what we were expecting. As you can soon see here in just a few seconds, we ended up getting that first target as it hits right there. And then with a little bit more patience, we did end up getting the second target as well. Now just be aware, after you get your first target, you do want to stop the risk, which is why we did pull the stop up to right around and or above our entry pivot, okay? Now from this standpoint, again, we were just waiting, being patient. And I was referencing in this part of the video what we talked about in our afternoon game plan videos, okay? I was basically saying that we were looking at this in terms of that green case scenario that we mentioned on our nightly recap videos, and that we were essentially looking for a continuation going higher, okay? Now we kind of phased that back to where we were. We did have that bigger move that went up, and now this is the three-legged pullback, and again, the retest to the high. Now, at the very least, I am expecting it to retest the high and potentially continue going higher, which is why we have those targets above us, okay? But in essence, we ended up getting that next target with a bit of patience. Definitely some patience was required. And then we ended up tightening up our stop loss and then getting trailed out without hitting the extension, okay? Now, all in all, this was a $2,500 trade. So if you want to be a part of the situation just like this, then be sure to look down below for the Discourse Ask Patreon links, or come and join the muted, delayed live stream every 9:30 here on the YouTube channel.